Desperate Soul. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Leo, a young man residing in a quaint town surrounded by picturesque hills, was renowned for his compassionate nature and altruistic spirit. His unwavering dedication to assisting others was evident as he consistently prioritized their needs above his own, embodying selflessness in its purest form. Leo's routine involved waking up early, even before sunrise, whenever he stepped out of his house. He always made an effort to show kindness and generosity towards those he came across, finding joy in even the smallest things that brought a smile to someone's face. Leo has always had a deep desire to be liked by others. He constantly goes out of his way to please people, always putting their happiness before his own. He knew even the simplest things in life would put a smile on a person's face he would encounter. But today, something feels different for Leo. As he sat alone in his bed, feeling drained and exhausted, he couldn't help but reflect on his constant struggle for acceptance. But despite his good intentions, Leo's willingness to please others began to take a toll on him. People from near and far would take advantage of his generosity, demanding more and more of his time and resources without ever offering anything in return. Over time, he never knew how to make it stop. He looked outside and saw the beautiful sunrise, with its fiery orange glow and pinkish tones. It seemed to mirror his inner turmoil, a mix of emotions that ebbed and flowed within him. In that moment, he made a decision. He decided that today he would stop fighting to be accepted by others. With a newfound sense of liberation, Leo climbed out of bed and got dressed, throwing on the first thing that appealed to his nature. He chose a shirt adorned with characters from his favorite video game, a reminder of the one thing that never let him down: his games. As he looked at himself in the mirror, Leo felt a glimmer of confidence. "I don't care how I look today," he thought to himself. "It's not like anyone really puts too much effort into seeing me anyways." With those words, he freed himself from the desire to please others, realizing that he had been neglecting his own happiness in the process. It was a liberating moment, as he embraced the notion of self-acceptance and prioritizing his own well-being. From that day forward, he vowed to focus on what truly mattered to him, disregarding the expectations and judgments of others. This newfound freedom allowed him to explore his passions, pursue his dreams, and live a life that was authentic and true to himself. Leo prepared himself for the day ahead by brushing his teeth and combing his hair, feeling ready to take on whatever challenges came his way. With a snack in hand, he settled onto the couch and switched on the television, allowing himself a moment of relaxation. While eating, he found himself lost in thought, contemplating his desire to feel accepted and understood by those around him. Reflecting on his actions, he pondered, "Throughout my life, I've consistently gone above and beyond to bring joy to others. However, I've come to realize that it shouldn't come at the cost of my own happiness. It's important for me to be appreciated for who I truly am, rather than solely for my efforts to please others." This realization weighed heavily on Leo's mind. The exhaustion he had felt upon waking up seemed to melt away, replaced by a renewed determination. He was tired of fighting to be accepted by others, tired of compromising his own happiness. Today marked the beginning of a new chapter for Leo. From now on, he would focus on being true to himself, prioritizing his own needs and desires. He would no longer hide behind the facade of constant people-pleasing, but instead, he would embrace his own authenticity. It wouldn't be an easy journey for Leo. The desire to be liked and accepted runs deep, ingrained in the fabric of his being. But he knew that it was worth it to finally be liked for who he truly was, rather than trying to fit into a mold created by others. As Leo continued to watch television, he felt a sense of empowerment growing within him. Today, he had taken the first step towards self-acceptance and self-love. No longer would he desperately seek validation from others. He would find it within himself. And with each passing day, Leo would become more confident, more secure in his own skin. He would no longer be tired of fighting for acceptance because he no longer needed it. Among all the acceptances, the acceptance of oneself was the most crucial one he had attained. As he was eating, he spaced off into a thought. "I have always gone out of my way to please people, always trying to make other people happy over what was best for myself. I always wanted someone to like me for me. It can be quite exhausting to constantly prioritize others' happiness while neglecting our own needs. Seeking validation and acceptance from others is a natural desire, but it's important to remember that true happiness comes from being true to ourselves. Taking time for self-care and setting boundaries can help in finding a better balance between pleasing others and prioritizing our own well-being. Remember, you deserve happiness and acceptance just as much as anyone else. He thought back to his childhood, reminiscing about the past. I always wished I had what my parents had, he reflected, a hint of nostalgia in his voice. In his eyes, he saw the complexities of family life, acknowledging that every family faces challenges. However, he couldn't help but notice one distinct difference. His parents had a remarkable ability to work through their problems and make things work. Lost in his thoughts, he marveled at their resilience and wondered how he could emulate their strength in his own life.